Welcome to a new episode of PDR, and today we will be planting mangrove propagules. So I got a new set of mangrove propagules from online at Live Aquaria. They're about $10 a piece. They're about the size of a candlestick, and basically what they are one of the methods that these mangrove plants actually reproduce. What they do is they can either lay a seed or they can drop these propagules into the water that then take root and spread. And so that's what these are. These mangrove plants are typically found in intertidal areas, so they do live in a mixture of salt water and brackish water. They're a pretty important part of the ecosystem. They help reduce erosion, they provide shelter for different types of fish species, and they're just really kind of cool. Now I'm going to put them in my refugium, and the hope is that maybe they will help absorb some nutrients. They actually come shipped with what looks like Korean newspaper wrapped in them, so I don't know, perhaps if anyone can read that, looks like Korean to me, perhaps that's where they come from, I'm not really sure. But here's what I ordered. I just ordered 5 of them, and some of them have little shoots. They're almost ready to go, and this one has some leaves sprouting. But I've used these before in my old tank, and it'll take like a month before you actually see a decent amount of growth coming out of them. But what I'm going to do is I'll plant them in my tank, and because this tank has a lot of height in the sump area, they're going to have a lot of room to grow. I have my Kessil light there that's going to provide them with the light. Of course, the fish are going to provide them with the nutrients to grow, and they'll actually export nutrients from my tank as long as I take the steps to prune the dying leaves so they don't fall in the tank. So another thing that is important to note with these, not only do they like pretty strong light, they do need to be in some sort of substrate, but live rock or sand will work. So they don't necessarily have to be in sand, but they need something to kind of hold them in place. Another thing that's important is in a sump, sometimes you get a lot of salt creep. That's what's called when salt water, basically salt water gets on something, evaporates, and you're left with a lot of salt. You're going to want to make sure that you wash off these leaves from time to time with fresh water. That's going to simulate the rains that happen where they typically live, which rain is fresh water, and that's going to help the leaves basically be more healthy so they can do their thing. So let's get to the point. Let's put these in there, see how they look, and I'll update with another video in a couple months, and we can check out the growth of the mangrove plants. So I don't have a ton of space in here. Basically there's this long track here where I have all these marine pure balls, and I need some height here to basically slide this thing back and forth that holds my water. So I'm going to plant them all on this side, which is pretty good. My light is directly above my thumb right here, so that's going to provide them their light, but it might be important later on that I actually move this light a little bit over so it's directly over the plants, because they do, from my experiences, they do like a lot of light. So I was able to get all of the bamboo shoots upright with their tips over the water. A couple of the tips are bending a little, as you can see there, so they're a little hard to stay above the water, but I propped them up. Hopefully these guys should start sprouting soon, and I'll let you know when they do. It appears my clownfish really loved the new setup. They've been exploring in it, and they don't mind all the detritus I kicked up in the process, but hopefully that'll settle back down and become food for those little shoots. And so this is it. There's the light that's going to provide them with the nutrients, and that's about it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me some comments, maybe some suggestions, and I'll see you next time. Happy reefing.